Are now playing at a theater near you. Check newspaper for showtimes.
Where'd you get your haircut? At the lemon tree. Where'd you get your haircut? I'm not trying. That's okay.
At the Lemon Tree, your $6.99 haircut would look like you spent much more. The Lemon Tree, identical in every way but price.
Super premium Liam Perrin steak sauce is known as the filet mignon of steak sauce. So tonight, try this incredibly rich.
Lee and Perrins, the steak sauce only a cow could hate.
Good afternoon, I'm Roz Abrams. Rescuers are on the scene of a fiery disaster. A military transport plane crashes into a hotel restaurant in Evansville, Indiana. At least 16 people are dead. The toll could go much higher. We will take you live to Evansville. And the frightening story of a teenager who went to a clinic for help and died waiting. And Richard Gere plays a psychiatrist in the thriller Final Analysis. Joel Siegel will tell us if the movie needs some therapy. Those stories and more at 5. Join us.
Talking about falling in love with your step. The mountain.
3-day public offer. For 3 days only, you can buy direct from our manufacturer. 3-piece living rooms from $188 to $498. Choose from a variety of durable and designer fabrics, all brand new with free layaway. Famous Baker 4-piece bedrooms from $188 to $328. Mattress sets from $38 to $98 complete. Save hundreds. 3 days only at Nationwide Warehouse. Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, Long Island, Manhattan, Newark, Lodi, and Asbury Park. Phone 1-800-451-7777. Nationwide Warehouse. Nationwide Warehouse.
The families of Alzheimer's patients suffer too, but this woman found something that slowed the progress of the illness, and it had nothing to do with medication. Dr. J. Adlersberg shows you what she discovered on Alzheimer's There Is Hope, a special report at 6, right here on Channel 7. He was gasping for breath. Doctors here made him wait more than 2 hours for help.
No mother should go through this.
Today at 5, an Eyewitness News exclusive, an asthma patient's tragic death, and the health center responsible for a fatal delay. Plus, she had cancer and she wanted to have a baby.
I was so scared.
You'll see why her decision took a special kind of courage on Cancer and Babies. And they're Grammy nominees, but the show will go on without them. You'll know why they're singing the Jailhouse Blues. Today at 5 and at 6, right here on Channel 7.
I eat sizes instead of oversizes. Nothing tastes as good as thin feels.
Lose all you want for $185. Jenny's Cuisine is a required additional purchase. Call 1-800-92-JENNY.
What do you say? What do you say?
The other day, I gave my son $1 for his allowance. He looked at me and said, "What's this, the tip?" So I took it back and brought it to Burger King. And they gave me a delicious flame-broiled double cheeseburger for 99 cents. Imagine that, 99 cents. Which meant I had a penny left over. So I gave it to my son. He asked, "What's this?" I said, "Your allowance." The kid needed an attitude adjustment.
Your way, right away at Burger King now.
All of America is laughing at the #1 comedy hit starring Steve Martin as a father who's just not ready to let his daughter go.
I'll just
Father of the Bride, rated PG. And from Hollywood Pictures, the movie that's rocked America 4 weeks in a row is the thriller critics are calling gripping, suspenseful, more frightening than Fatal Attraction.
You don't know what she's capable of.
The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, rated R, and Father of the Bride, each playing separately.
You were speaking before we went to break. Do you remember?
See Raul Julia and Sheena Easton in the Impossible Dream musical, Man of La Mancha. You'll remember it for the rest of your life.
She really knows her business, and her business is taxes.
We're always right there.
The whole team's behind us all the way.
I'm real committed to this team.
We stand behind our work and guarantee your satisfaction.
America's tax team, standing up for you.
Morning. Time for a healthy breakfast. Don't worry. Your kids won't hide from it. A cereal made from whole grain oats. Don't worry. Your kids will eat it. It's Quaker Oat Life. Lightly sweetened inside, roasted, toasted oats outside. Life tastes so delicious. Unless they're weird, your kids will eat it.
Waldo's in Life! Could I have the box? Could I see the game? Could I look at the trading card?
Now, kids can find Waldo games and puzzles and trading cards in Life cereal.
Could I at least have some Life cereal?
Come join the good times at Walt Disney's World on Ice as the classic tale of Peter Pan comes to life like never before. Don't miss Walt Disney's World on Ice starring Peter
In the opening scene, agents are in position behind cars, shooting at the front of the house, as 2 teams of 4 agents climb ladders on the side of the house to the roof. Now we'll replay what you just saw. Notice that there are no bullets hitting the ground or cars around any of these ATF agents. The 3 dark dots low on the horizon are helicopters. The sound of automatic weapons is coming from the M16 and MP5 machine guns used by the ATF agents. In the next scene, 2 teams of 4 agents were supposed to secure the roof within 30 seconds of arrival. Notice that no one is shooting at these agents as they climb the ladders. Several of these agents are carrying fully automatic rifles. The agent at the top right side just managed to shoot himself in the leg. Did you see it? We'll watch that again. The 9mm pistols carried by the ATF have no safety protection on them. As the agent climbs the ladder, he reaches for his gun in the holster. It discharges, wounding him in the leg and causing him to slip. He is able to continue up the ladder, however. According to ATF spokesman Royster, the raid on Mount Carmel had been planned and rehearsed for months.
They drilled over and over again, and we had our plan down, we had a diversion down, all were put into effect, and they were waiting.
Next, we see 3 of the 4 agents on the roof breaking into the window.
Give me another tape then.
Let's watch this part again. No one is shooting at these agents. The shooting you were hearing is from the agents on the ground in front of the house. Notice that the agent is carrying 2 types of grenades on his belt. He also is carrying a smoke grenade. Both agents at the window toss in what appear to be smoke grenades. After these agents get through the window and into the room, you will briefly see the 4th agent on the roof, followed by one of those badly edited cuts in the film. The film picks up with the 4th agent tossing something into the room. It makes no sense for him to be throwing anything at all into a room where the 3 ATF agents have just gone, unless he intends to injure his own men. He also fires a machine gun into the room, twice without looking. We'll watch it at normal speed, then slow it down. Now let's watch it in slow motion. Here he tosses something and withdraws his hand from the window. Next, without looking, he fires a burst from his machine gun into the room. Someone begins shooting from inside and bullet holes appear in the wall. In the midst of this gunfire, 3 holes appear at the same time. The agent fires his machine gun into the room a second time. He's then hit by a round. The bullet strikes him in his helmet on the backside of his head. He falls to the roof and grabs his head. This agent is not hurt, and he later makes it safely down the ladder. Regardless of who is shooting from inside that room, this agent just threw what appears to have been a grenade and fired a machine gun twice into the room where his 3 fellow ATF agents have just gone. All 3 of the agents who were sent into the window were killed. All 3 were Bill Clinton's bodyguards during his presidential campaign. A 4th agent was killed that day before the shooting started as he exited the cattle car.
We're extremely proud of what happened out there, how our agents conducted themselves under some unbelievable circumstances. They did a fantastic job.
David Koresh says,
they fired on us first, but like I say, they were scared.
They had it planned for months, so I don't think there's really anything they did wrong. Like I said, they had bigger guns than we did.
Notice the MP5 and M16 machine guns and knife sheaths on these ATF agents who claim to have been outgunned. On the day of the raid, 29-year-old Mike Schroeder, a Branch Davidian, had left the Mount Carmel Center that morning to go to work in town. He learned about the raid on the radio. His wife, Kathy Schroeder, and their 4-year-old son were inside the Mount Carmel Center. Mike, along with Woody Kendricks and Norman Allison, attempted to go home. Mike was shot 7 times, once through his eye, another through the heart, and 5 times in the back as he attempted to climb over the fence. Norman Allison was captured immediately. He told the ATF that Mike Schroeder had been killed. The official lie, released to the news media, claimed that the men started to shoot out as they tried to leave Mount Carmel. The story appeared on March 1st in the Associated Press and in the Waco Herald Tribune on March 2nd. But even this March 1st story reported that one of the 3 men was killed. Documents filed in Norman Allison's indictment also plainly show that the government knew the men were trying to get into the Mount Carmel Center, not shooting their way out. These documents also prove that the government knew on February 28, 1993, that Mike Schroeder had been shot. Yet Mike's body was left hanging on a fence for days. His family wasn't notified of his death until 5 days later. On the 5th day, Mike Schroeder's body, chewed by wild dogs and birds, was picked up on a grappling hook from a helicopter and transported like a side of beef on a meat hook. His mother was in Waco, and she was finally notified of his death by telephone. His wife inside Mount Carmel was never notified of his death by the FBI. Peter Gent's body was left atop a water tower. It fell apart and dropped to the ground when the feds attempted to lift it with a grappling hook. The Branch Davidians buried what remained of his body. 2 of the ATF's own agents sum up the ATF mentality pretty well.
And the thing that I find totally abhorrent and disgusting is these higher level people took that same oath, and they violate the basic principles and tenets of the Constitution and the laws and simple ethics and morality. That's what disgusts me.
In my career with ATF, the people that I put in jail have more honor than the top administration in this organization. I know it's a sad commentary, but that's my experience with ATF.
On the 4th day, Jeff Jamar of the FBI is brought in to be in charge of the operation, replacing the ATF. From this point on, all news people will be kept 3 miles away from the Mount Carmel Center. ATF agents armed with machine guns and state troopers are posted at roadblocks to keep citizens 5 miles from the Mount Carmel Center. The only news that anyone in the United States will receive will be the official version told by Agent Bob Ricks of the FBI. It is illegal to use military troops against United States citizens under the Posse Comitatus Act, 18, United States Code 1385. But the FBI brings in tanks from nearby Fort Hood, a U.S. Army installation, to surround the house.